Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Diablo 3 with me, BringItDon. Angel's death.
You killed the angel who was responsible for this horror.
Yes, but his master is the true evil. He still lives, but I mean to fix that. I will ensure this never happens again.
I believe you.
Stories.
You've had an interesting life, I'd say.
Oh, I could tell you stories. We were frequently set upon by bandits. It became quite tiresome, really. One time, I had had enough. I know this is hard to believe, but when I was younger, I was even more vivacious than I am now. So I seduced their leader, convinced him to free us by giving him details on how he could rob a local magistrate. He'd heard the Vetchin could predict the future, so he believed me. They were caught and hung 3 days later. I must have forgotten to tell him that part of my vision.
Serena's revenge.
I wonder if we could sell wigs made from your hair.
That is enough, Harold! If we survive this nightmare, I am leaving for my parents' estate in Bramwell.
That's a grand idea, dearest. Your father has more than enough money to...
Follow me, and I will tie you naked to a tree for the crows. Maybe then you'll finally think of something other than money.
Is it true that King Justinian IV is dead? That would mean I'm sixth in line for the throne.
Congratulations. There's always a silver lining.
Now that Erzael is dead, I'm going to Bramwell to find my son.
It's still not safe out there.
I don't care.
Thanks to you, I can finally bury my wife in peace.
Hero.
You really must stop thanking me. It was nothing.
A dozen people ran by me and did nothing. You're a hero.
Just in the right place at the right time, I suppose.
This disaster will make for great reading someday, provided that anyone survives to chronicle it. How fortunate I am to have met the savior of Westmarch. You simply must let me ask you some questions when your work is done.
The death of King Justinian.
I have bad news, General. The king is dead.
I'd heard rumors, but I hoped. I didn't really care for the king at first, but he turned into a good ruler. Hadn't been himself lately, though. The last of his trusted advisors died recently. Hit him hard, it did. He would have recovered eventually. Now, he'll never get the chance.
Erzael is dead, and without his leadership, the Reapers should be easy for Torian's men to finish off.
You have saved Westmarch, my friend.
But we still don't know why Malthael wants the stone, and he grows stronger by the moment. We are running out of time.
That strange woman you brought here believes she can help. She insisted on speaking with you immediately.
Thank you for the blue item. Ariel's mood.
Erzael is slain. Westmarch is saved. And yet these thoughts weigh constantly upon me.
There will always be another battle, but a seasoned fighter enjoys the victory at hand.
Wise words, my friend. Angels are cursed with a wider perspective of events. To live in the moment is a part of mortal existence I must learn to embrace.
There's a table now.
Rakis conquered all of Honduras before founding Westmarch. Repelling this invasion would be child's play for him.
Tilla's newly established rule over Westmarch did nothing to quell the civil war, which continued until she was driven mad and eventually killed by the plague. Cornelius, grandson of Justinian III and slave to the Zakharum faith, used this opening to crush the rebels once and for all, and become the new king.
The city is dark and ruined, yet you look lovelier than ever. How do you manage it?
I stay focused. Oh, and I ignore flattery.
Well, that's a pity. Flattery is one of my specialties.
Wait, voice from afar.
I heard Lysa's voice again, and I could make out more of what she was saying. She is calling out for me, but it sounds as though the voice is speaking to me from far away, from beyond our world.
You saw her body. She is gone.
I do not understand it, but I know she is out there, and she needs me.
A perfect night.
I'm telling you, Lyria was so lonely, and Zai was so alive and full of life. They shared one perfect night, and after she emerged, blushing. Dirges raced to her side, but Zai was gone. The ruby around Lyria's neck was the only sign that he had ever been there.
So Zai left a sign for Dirgist and got Lyria in trouble. Did he feel any guilt?
No, not then. He felt pride.
Bryson.
The boy meant well. You've made many mistakes yourself, like following me all over the world.
He's a fool, and fools end up dead around here.
Ah, now I see.
What are you talking about?
You lost your father, your wife, your apprentice. If you keep everyone far away, you cannot lose another.
You keep that nonsense to yourself, or I might forget how much I owe you.
Don't forget, he also lost his hammer.
Cheldo, I know how to find Malthael, but you will not like what I have to tell you.
What is it?
There is only one person who knows how to find Malthael. She waits for you in the Blood Marsh, and you know her well. Adria.
Adria.
Yep, that's what she said. The angels.
Where are the angels? Why do they not stop Malthael?
There is confusion and dissension in the high heavens. You must remember, Malthael was our leader once.
You're on the Angiris Council. Get the angelic host down here.
Imperius commands the host, and he will not unleash them on a fellow angel, especially a former member of the Angiris Council.
Imperius. I'll have words with him when this is over.
All right. You're not going anywhere without me.
And why is that?
Someone has to make sure you don't kill Adria before you find out where Malthael is.
Come if you want, but Adria is going to pay for what she did to Leah. Urzael and the Reapers are dead. Now the people of Westmarch can begin to rebuild their city and their lives. Lorath and I depart for the Blood Marsh to confront Adria. She knows how to find Malthael, but more importantly, there is a blood debt between us, and she will pay it.
We hid the Black Soul Stone in the deepest part of the Nephilim ruins near here. We thought it would be safe, but Malthael found it all the same.
I consider myself an expert on all matters concerning boggits. The boggit itself is a small, odd creature given to foraging and burrowing. Under normal circumstances, it fears humans, but it can be incited to great violence when under the influence of magical objects. Rings in particular seem to excite them.
A chance for glory!
This is the entrance to the tomb, but someone's collapsed it.
Adria.
It looks like we'll have to find another way into the ruins. What was that?
A glorious development.
This was just one entrance to the city. There are guide stones littered across the blood marsh that will lead us to the main one. The guide stones are useless to most, but will reveal the correct path to a Nephilim such as yourself.
Thank you for interrupting the lore snippet I was about to listen to.
You and I will have words very soon, Adria.
Remember to get the information we need before you...
Right.
Well, that's not very reassuring.
I had believed my new assistant was the noisiest creature in the world, but that was before I discovered the Shrieking Terror. This bat-like monstrosity produces the most ear-splitting racket imaginable, and furthermore managed to make my assistant scream even louder. I think my headache will last for weeks now.
A worthy opponent!
Perhaps, when this is over, I'll return here to live a life of isolation until I reach enlightenment.
Surely there's a certain someone you'd miss?
I don't know who you're talking about.
What? I'm not dead? You have my thanks. But a word of warning. These animals carry a plague and must be killed before it spreads.
The Boggin Trapper's snares are surprisingly effective, though
To create a potion to fight it, I cut one of them open and took its innards. They smell it on me. That's why they're attacking.
Once again, lore got interrupted. So annoying. I even waited till after he was done talking, and of course he talks in the middle of the event. Instead of just at the beginning and end.
Here, take this as my way of saying thanks. I must get back to my work.
This is one of the guide stones, but nothing happens when I approach it.
Let me try.
There are 4 entrances to the Nephilim city, each one etched with a sigil. Only the correct one marks the true entrance to the tomb, however. When you...
The first time I saw a witch, she burned. Father took me to the town square to see it. Look, he said, that is the face of evil. But she looked like any other woman, and burned like anything else. Then the flames engulfed her. Her eyes found mine, and she laughed.
I'll have to find another guide stone to show which sigil shows the correct entrance.
There, a worthy foe!
Ah, now I know which sigil marks the right passage.
Primal Jaw. Let's not leave that behind.
Searching for the maggot brood has been quite an adventure. I first observed the corpse of one near the road to Westmarch, where it raised such a stench that my new assistant vomited twice on my favorite traveling cloak. The stains came out eventually, but I was sorely vexed.
Hello, money.
The crusade marches on! Bad luck for you, friend. This is the right passage.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you can explore the other 3 tombs as well, or passages. Again, with everything being procedurally generated, just doesn't feel rewarding to do so.
I have always wondered how much Adria relied on Diablo's power instead of her own. Based on her blood golems, her magic is very strong. These flesh gorges are raised from earth, stone, and demon blood, and they are driven to feast on humans so they may resemble us more closely. Let's hope they don't succeed.
I have uncovered and obscured an ancient tome in whose pages is recorded an impossible tale. The secret history of a race called the Nephilim, gods by another name, and their ruined civilization in the West. If this is true, how could all signs of these Nephilim be lost but for the record of this single tome?
Cower before Zakarum!
I had half a mind to explore the ancient ruins outside Westmarch, and then I realized they were crawling with dreadful scarabs. Of course, these creatures do not frighten me, but they make my research much too time-consuming, and I am widely known for my efficiency, am I not?
The Flesh Shaman was created from the blood of the witch Adria. Because of that, the shaman is able to use magic as she does, channeling the power of blood and fire. Luckily, Adria only has so much blood to shed, and not for much longer. Do you think Adria feels any remorse for what she did to Leah?
By the light be damned!
The world is a safer place.
Having to deal with all this riffraff.
Truly our champion.
Resist all.
Burn in the light.
The Nephilim were not gods, but our own ancestors, gifted with long life, magic, and abilities far beyond ours. Yet they were still men. I wonder if these pages hold the key to unlock their powers once again.
Cower before Zakarum.
I don't really have a direction I'm heading in, just kind of running around randomly. Hopefully I find at least all the testaments of Rakis. And also the way forward. Also important that we do that.
Bad luck for you, friend.
I do like these swarm enemies that are the scarabs that come out of the walls. One, how they're introduced and they just come barreling over walls and out of pits is really cool. I also like finding a bunch of like, weak enemies.
Cower before Zakarum. Wait here, Lorath. You can join me when it's finished.
You're going to kill her, aren't you?
I mean, probably, yeah. Baleful kicks.
Adria birthed these golems from the blood marsh. Their bodies were formed from the water and earth of the marsh itself, while the venom of the marsh creatures gave them life. Their very skin seems to burst with the poison of this land.
The crusade marches on!
You guys seem tankier than his compatriots.
Bad luck for you, friend. The crusade marches on!
I will bring the light of Zakarum to the heathens. Here in the east, the power of Zakarum wanes, but in the west it will rise, stronger and greater than ever. Yet I have another purpose. The lost Nephilim city of Corvus lies in the west. I will find it.
tell Lyndon I said this, but I believe he is a more honorable man than he lets on.
The crusade marches on! The crusade marches on! Like chaff before the wind.
Check that dead end, make sure I don't miss any of the Rackus journals.
Had enough. Cower before Zakarum. Blessings of the light.
I like to think the world is safer now.
Alright, shoot, which way do I need to go? Not that way. Awesome.
We founded a settlement near the Western Sea. It will grow to be a great city in time. Now that my people are settled, I can begin my own search for the ruins of the Nephilim city, Corvus. The tome implied that it was near this very region.
By the light be damned. My wrath is low.
Alright, so these ruins just keep going. I was hoping to find Adria a little sooner and front her before this episode wrapped up. I think I'm gonna wrap it up now. And next time we'll confront Adria. We found our way to the tomb, right? Or to the ruins of Corvus. We also leveled up again, so resource cost reduction. Back to town and sell everything and wrap it up. I got a new crossbow. I think we'll give it to him real quick. Where was it? Can use it, but it won't let me compare it to his weapon. Odd.
All right,
might buy something, will you? This stuff's heavy.
I should actually compare that belt. That's not a huge deal. Any skill stat changes anyway. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time we'll speak with some folks here in the Survivors Enclave and continue our pursuit of Adria. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.